Here's the scenario. Your husband is a hustler. You know that. He got himself in trouble. Men come to the house with guns. Are you taking the kids with you so he can figure this out? A. B. Are you you said for better or for worse, so you gonna stick beside him?
Okay.
That's option B. Or are you coming up with option 3?
Okay.
Welcome back to Shh-Grown Folks Talking. I'm your host, CKCZ, joined by my special co-host,
Lola Chanel.
Today we're going to be talking about Fight Night on Peacock episodes 3 and 4. Lola, a synopsis for episode 3.
Okay, so episode 3, round 3, Black Vegas. The city celebrates Ali's big win, but Chicken Man's fight night party turns into a nightmare.
And that it does indeed.
A lot of hoopla.
This episode was tense. People were coming in. As soon as they came in, it was like, it's a stick up. Everybody, we're taking over. I was like, okay. And now keep dancing. And as people come in, they realize what was going on. Your thoughts?
Honey, I said, oh, it's a stick up. I was like, when they were talking about their plan, I was like, okay, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't see how somebody is not going to be good enough to play it off. But baby, they held them folks hostage.
Yeah.
Hostage.
Yeah.
And
were
this is
professional.
This is where I was like, and this is what's going to get him, because he was doing a lot trying to get them there, and he was so desperate. No gun. Oh my gosh, I kept forgetting that his whole thing about no guns, and you got all these mob bosses, and I was just like, oh dang, Frank finna kill him. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Chicken Man is going to the chicken coop.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you when we got to episode 4, but we can mix and match. It doesn't matter. I was like, last time we talked, you was like, Chicken Man gonna make it.
He's not making it. He's not making it. You want me to go ahead and read the synopsis of 4 since we're going to be blending?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so episode 4, round 4, real police work. A desperate chicken man sets out to prove his innocence as the Black Mafia doubles down on revenge in the shadows of Ali's victory. Detective Hudson witnesses the toll the fight night heist takes on his community. Okay, because Frank and them say, you know what? There will be blood in the streets. There's gonna be a bloodbath. You wanted to play with me? Everybody's dying. I said, oh no! They done killed me.
They did. But if we're going back to episode 3, it's a big ass to tell mafia people no guns, but I understand Chicken Man's method. He's just like, if somebody has a gun, and it's gonna pop off, and innocent people are gonna get killed.
Innocent people are gonna be, and I'm already on thin ice. We gambling. It's a casino.
Yeah.
I want to prevent as much as I can, honey. This is where I was just like, the writing here, the direction.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. Okay, so let me look. Okay, so the writers were Shay Agbana, Erica L. Johnson, Maxwell Michael Townsend, and the director is Tanya Hamilton.
But really, what I was gonna say, it's not his fault that things turned like they turned.
No, and
you think about it.
It was well. If we go back to episode 1, when he met with Silky, and Silky was meeting with Emerson, he was meeting with him because he wanted the party there to rob the people. That's how we get here, because he was like, let me host it. I'll get us a room at the Highlight at what hotel was it? Anyway, I'll get us a room We gonna be in the penthouse. We finna have fun. And Chicken Man was like, man, you don't want that simple shit.
Yeah.
I want that. No. Let me throw a big shebang that's private, that's live, and then that's how we get here. Because but he definitely was set up for the Okada, because it just worked out in Emerson's favor.
Right.
That Chicken Man had bit off more than he could chew. The no guns, guns rule really was just like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to believe that you didn't set this up. Right. I wouldn't be able to believe that you did not set this up. Like, because what you mean?
You trying to come up, like you want, and
you trying to come up. Yeah. The desperation, the no guns. We in the middle of a cul-de-sac at a party.
Oh, when you think about it like that, it's just
I when I was watching episode 4, it just and think about what how we was gonna angle this, because I really was like, he gonna be able to top the panties off of Frank. He's gonna be able to just be like, yeah, girl, I did not set this up. Let me help you find them people. But when I watched it again, I said, no, he's about to die.
And the people who Emerson got, Sinqua Walls, he got basically a tactical strategist. He to be like, you pickpocket to get Lena, to get the inside.
That was a mastermind of a plan.
Yeah. Then the one person on the lookout, because it's a cul-de-sac, you can see coming in. You can see 5-0 coming in. You can let us know they had walkie-talkies. Then the
person that they had, the baby that they had to be, that was originally the lookout, he didn't end up being a lookout. That was one thing I would have did different. But I mean, I guess it makes sense for the plot, because you had the 2 babies in there with the gun. I said, oh no. Yeah. No. But yeah. They had they had the plan. They just needed the platform.
And Mac had realized the missing piece. So Chicken Man's there, Frank's giving him the nope, your days are numbered.
You are about to lose your job.
Right. So they assess the 2 young boys, which I thought, please let these young boys make it out.
Oh my gosh.
Shaking hands.
See, I said, no. Why would you put them babies in that predicament?
Yeah.
And it just hurt my heart. I said, oh.
Right. And then the hothead, who was the outside dude, who was like, dance, Vivian, dance, sweet.
I said, I thought he was gonna get shot first.
Me too. I was hoping for
it. He made it out alive, because I said, oh, you raggedy Negro.
Right. He was.
Why would he do that to her?
Right. And then have them take off the clothes. He was just on his own power trip.
He was definitely on his own power trip. And I was like, but you always need that one person that's just like, that takes it too far. And you're like, we came here, we got what we needed. Like, you don't have to go that far. I'm going to take it further. Since you want to play with me, I'm going to go further. I could go further. I could go further, Curtis.
And like Frank said, or somebody said, he's killed somebody. No, it's like, I believe him. So then there's that. And then when Tommy realizes, from what Chickenhead said, like, you're messing with some real gangsters. Do you really want to do this? That sent him on a spiral.
Lena had already said he don't need to be involved in none of this.
She did.
We don't need to be here. And now he crying in the bathtub. No. It's too late. It is too late. It's too late. Yeah. There is no reason for you to be up in here. And when she dropped Vivian, aka Taraji, I said, oh yeah, they finna get her. They finna get her.
You thought you thought Vivian and the other girl was gonna get her?
Because they was already looking at her funny. Like, they was already like,
They were, but then something happened. It was very good misdirection. Something happened where they had to focus on something else, and I was like, "Oh, that's good." So then the heat's off her. And then even when the drop, she didn't say anything at first. It came up later on when Vivian said, "You dropped me on purpose," and I was like, "Ooh."
You did that. You had did that. It wasn't as smooth as you thought it was.
Absolutely. It was very, very tense. So then I also thought that it was Tommy who got shot. Like, I don't remember the guy who ended up dying.
I thought it was Tommy who got shot too, but it was the other big guy.
Yeah. So
he didn't really have no lines. It wouldn't really.
Yeah. So he was going down. Then they escaped, and Lena crying. I thought she was going to give up the Mac and all the other robbers. I
didn't think that she was either, because her cousin was one of them. So if she tell on everybody, essentially, I mean, her cousin was going to die too. So I was just like, I thought that she was going to say, yes, Chicken Man was in on it. I mean, granted, she didn't have to. I don't know. When he had her at point blank range, I said she's either going to go down like Lil' Kim, or she's gonna throw Chicken Man under the bus
to save her life. Yeah, and she did.
I didn't think her life was gonna be saved. I didn't think her. I think that he was gonna kill her anyway.
Really?
You set me up. Everybody's dying. Everybody's going to their loved ones in a pine box. It's gonna be slow singing and flower bringing for everybody in Atlanta that wanted to mess with the Black Mafia. There was no doubt in my mind that they was gonna be like, because he already was like, I can't have people lying to me. So for you to think that you was gonna be able to play in my face and live, that's to show you.
I thought it was a code for, like, we don't kill women. That's what I like. Mafia.
Women don't get killed in the crossfires of trying to get to the man, but if you put yourself in that position to where
I was surprised. I was surprised she got it.
That man said the honor code no longer applies when you decide to get in menfolk business. Okay, you decided that you wanted to be a part of this little shindig, this little hoopla. Well, Nisha Maker. Frank said, if I go lenient on you, these folk gonna keep thinking they can play in my face. So let's get started. You want to play? Let's play.
So in the aftermath of the fight, of the death with Lena, who she met her maker, and the other dude,
she met her maker.
The police come in, and Detective Hudson's like, real police work.
First of all, Detective Hudson they had just came off of a night with Ali. He got some wings from his wife. They having a good old time. He gets stopped by the governor. He like, bro, y'all, serious.
Yeah.
He was like, are you okay? So this was the shot that I was talking about. Let's get into the cinematography of it all. Did you notice when they got to the private airplane landing to drop Ali off, that Detective Hudson and Ali, the shot stopped right here? Did you notice it?
I didn't. I thought I was talking to the plane. I thought the plane was kind of. It was like
all of it.
We
didn't get an aerial shot of the plane taking off or nothing like that. We just got like a really, really low shot.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, but back to Detective Hudson was like, hey man, stay man. Why are we playing these games? You got the Klan and the governor in my face. I'm getting him out of here. What's really going on?
Y'all want it's just that extra bit of we still Jim Crow South.
Hello? He said he told that
No
man,
matter what.
don't come back here. He said, sure, I'll be back. I don't know what you thought this was, honey.
Yeah.
I don't know what you thought this was. No, I'm coming back. Tell your wife, make me some more wings. Tell Dolores I want some wings. I'll be back. He like, man, okay, whatever. Only to get back home, it's late in the midnight hour, and he getting a call from his boss, and now he gotta light his boss a new one. But then his boss is like, hey,
your folks, your people,
them N-words down in that cul-de-sac.
They done cut up.
They didn't cut up. I got 2 dead bodies. All of the Black Mafia is in town, and I don't want another. We just got that man out of here because I didn't want a bloodbath, and now we've had to have another bloodbath because they done got robbed, and then there's some man named Chicken Man running around with his head cut off like a chicken.
Yeah. All true. So I will say, Detective Hudson was quick. I mean, he was like, Law and Order takes an hour. He figured out the mafia was involved. He done figured out Tommy, where Tommy was, because Tommy paid for the guns. So he went to the repass.
First of all,
meanwhile,
I got questions about because in the 1960s, we didn't have technology. The crime labs was terrible. We didn't know how to really take blood samples and do DNA testing like that in the 1960s as a gunman. How did they find the gun so fast?
Because he paid for it. Remember Hudson was like search areas where people bought a bunch of guns, a bunch of this specific like sawed off shotgun.
But that mean ain't no computer. That mean they had to what's the rotary? They had to do the I wish I had a rotary phone. They had to get the yellow pages.
Well, maybe it's not a whole bunch. Because it was such a specific type of gun.
It's the Jim Crow South. Well, these were Negroes. So that may have narrowed it down on who was selling to the coloreds. To the coloreds only. Okay, you're right. You're right. Because I sure was like, that was really fast. There's no they couldn't say, hey Siri, look this up.
Right.
It wasn't no AI Google. None of that.
Yeah, that's true.
And now my Siri is talking to me. I thought she was finna play some music.
She was.
Sorry.
Figured out it was Tommy because he uses ID. Then goes to repass. Chicken Man hustled and got to the repass as well. Had to come off a platter. And then I thought, how is Chicken Man gonna get Tommy? Like, he arrest me, get Tommy out of this, and he couldn't.
He could. I thought he was just going to use him to get to information. If they put him in the same holding cell.
Oh yeah. Then I also thought that the community was going to stop the Detective Hudson from taking Tommy. I mean, it's a bunch of them. It's one of him.
He don't care. He said, "Y'all want to go to jail with him? Leave me alone." Okay. Yeah, he's going down. The one thing that I was just like, I just knew that mentally he wasn't going to be able to withstand it. And we saw that mentally he did not withstand it. Yeah. I knew that he was either going to sing like a canary, or the pressure was going to be too bad that he was going to do exactly what I thought he did.
See, I didn't think he was going to do that. When he looked at his shoelaces, I thought he was just going to be like, he was going to connect that Chicken Man saw his shoes he saw there was like blood stains on it. So I thought he was just kind of spiraling into depression where,
I was like, they were going to, I knew once Detective Hudson had to leave again, I was just like, he's going to do it. And when he came back and he was like, did y'all move him? And, they don't want to work with him. So, of course, they didn't move him. They trying to sabotage what he's doing. So I was like, oh, he did it. It was either because you could tell like the mental decline of Tommy's character from the beginning. Like when just from how Lena was very protective of him from when he was out in the rain, she was like, he can't even come into my place of business. Like I want him out of this lifestyle. Like I need to protect him. And then to the bathtub scene where he's like, she's like, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it out of this. Yeah. Once he realized in his head, I'm the reason my cousin is dead, so I don't deserve to live. I could see the wheels turn. I was like, he's going to unalive himself. He's not going to be able to withstand this. Like it wasn't no coming back from this. He was gonna die.
Wow. I wasn't there at all. I thought he was in a bad place, and I thought more confession. And then when
I thought it was one of the two.
I was no further ahead than the show. So then I thought Mason, the white racist cop, I thought maybe he had something to do with him. Like I thought maybe he's setting him up because Black lives really don't matter to him. So I thought he was just trying to. It was a form of retribution. That's where I thought. But that line don't make sense. But Mason, we're going to see him come up because
we're going to see him a lot more.
Yeah, something's got to happen because they wouldn't keep focusing just on him for the past couple of episodes. So I thought this may be.
And his wife having a connection with him and being like, oh, I thought we got into the shot. Yeah.
Now, what I did think was interesting was Frank, and when he told all the mafia people, go home, I'll handle it.
And when Frank and Cadillac Richie.
Thank you, Cadillac Richie.
That's Terrence Howard.
Before
Missouri Slam.
Missouri Slam. Well, I thought Missouri Slam was David Banner.
That is David Banner.
Okay, so when David Banner was like, why should we listen to you? Who are you? And they all kind of walk out. And so then you had Cadillac saying, maybe your approach could have been better. And then Frank was like, he said, your daddy will let me do what the F I wanted to do.
And I said, oh, they go kill each other? Or he gonna kill Cadillac Richie?
I don't think he will, but I think the other ones may turn.
They're gonna turn because they don't like how. First of all, we look like simple peons. Is what is what Missouri Slim wants to say. We was in there bucket naked. That he said we was in there down to our socks in front of some fine honeys with no guns in the name of you, and all you want us to do is go home. Daddy's finna die. I'm not leaving Atlanta until I know who did it, and if I can't find out who did it, everybody who I think did it, if it go, they finna go.
So
I thought that was funny. I said, "Oh, the girls are fighting."
The girls are fighting. And then when what was a nice wink was when Frank was getting his drink. The music in the background was very reminiscent of The Godfather. Like it was that kind of that string, very like little low key. Just like I was like, is that the theme song? Like a small version of the theme song of The Godfather. So I was like,
no, I don't know that.
I know you don't know. This is for people who watch.
But I'm gonna shake my head and say exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, my question is this: when Chicken Man brings Vivian to his wife's, I wrote it home.
I said, oh, he's bold. But they alluded to the fact? No, they done did it. They done.
Well,
they didn't have the sex.
Yes, I mean,
okay, so
girl. But the way it came across, the wife seemed kind of oblivious to.
Ain't nobody.
She believed him. It seemed at the very beginning she believed the story a little, and then as they kept,
she ain't that slow. She couldn't have never believed that story. She's not that slut. I don't believe that woman.
I
if
agree.
you
And then
ever
she said
thought,
something like,
what'd she say?
She said something like, I've known Chicken Man my whole life, whatever. So Chicken Man / Gordon. So she's basically saying, I knew him as a hustler. He's still a hustler, but also he's a Christian man too. So I know he leads a double life, and that's kind of what I got.
I said, she better than me.
So that was my question. So that is my question to you. Here's the scenario. Your husband is a hustler. Your husband is a hustler. You know that. He got himself in trouble. Men come to the house with guns. Are you taking the kids with you so he can figure this out? A. B. Are you you said for better or for worse, so you gonna stick beside him? Okay. That's option B. Or are you coming up with option 3?
Okay. It's the 1960s. I live in the Jim Crow South. Women, 9 times out of 10, cannot open their own bank accounts in certain areas.
But she's a nurse, so she has a job.
She has a job, but the money is still together.
And she has community. She has a church,
and she got 3 little kids.
Yes. 2 men showed up at your house with guns,
and I had to defend myself.
You and the mistress. The mistress.
I think I would have to leave. Yes, she has community, but she if she's like any Christian woman from that time period, or any Christian woman period that is black, I can't tell them people my business. So I just gotta up and disappear.
Oh, I see.
I gotta go.
I see.
You done put me and my babies in danger. I got 2 little kids and a son that's about the age of 10.
Yeah.
And you got the city about on fire. Because now I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Because if I'm listening to the radio, this woman got shot. We hearing about a robbery at this house. 2 men come to my house with guns. And he was finna take her to a motel with the women of the night.
He ended up. Yeah.
I gotta go. I can't stay.
All right. Would this be an option? So let's say you got a sister, or you got a church member that can take the kids, and then it's you and your husband. We in this together.
I don't know
you made poor decisions, so I'm gonna get us out of this.
I don't know if I've ever said this on this podcast. Let me get on my soapbox one more time. I am not a ride or die. You're going to jail by yourself. You did, and without telling me to talk to me. This is why I never had a thugged out phase where I wanted to be a down girl. No ma'am. The answer is absolutely not. You're going to jail. And I might tell. Now, if you're my husband, I'm not going to tell. But you're going by yourself. I would take them babies. If my mom and them still living, I would be like, "Hey, ma, I'm coming down." Yeah, that man, he done lost his mind, so I'm gonna bring me and the kids, and I'm running away. Hey guys, if you do crime around me, you shouldn't. You should not do
gonna
that.
Do time.
You're gonna do time, and I'm not Lil Kim.
So they're at the hotel, they're at the motel, and then he comes up with a plan where we're gonna go someplace else because he sees this not gonna work. Do you think by the end of this series, she's gonna leave him before he leaves?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Because she's going to find out more. She's literally, it's gonna be so in her face that she don't have a choice but to be like, dude, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? No, I don't know if it may not be as dramatic But she definitely gonna it's gonna either I predict that episode 5 that he took them out to eat, they gonna get shot at.
Oh really? Oh, you think it's gonna be that next episode?
Yeah.
So I was gonna talk predictions, and I think the next episode, because this episode was kind of the aftermath of all that happened in episode 3. Also, yeah. So you also got to mention Detective Hudson done figured out where the trap house, where the two guys are, and ran them off.
When I saw that, I said it was only a matter of time, because if you start putting 2 and 2 together, you start to get who was all involved.
But I don't know how he made that connections from Tommy to the place where the money was.
I do believe that Tommy also gave some information before he went on. Because I felt like like I said, he was gonna die anyway. I would talk about that. Okay, so Mac and Willie
that's the other name.
are watching the money, because Willie is trying to wait for the other guy to come back and be like, this is how we gonna split it. And I feel like, it's just me.
Go ahead.
I feel like that man and Willie was gonna kill them other people for all the money.
Oh, kill the rest of the robbers? Mm-hmm. And take the money? Mm-hmm. There's no honor among thieves, and there
is no honor amongst thieves. Mm-hmm. So, and I think Emerson and Willie was going that original plan, because Emerson had the alibi. He was like, I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna leave. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let you and your crew handle it.
Yeah.
I felt like he knew who was gonna be there. That's why he never gave too much detail. He was like, I'm not gonna tell you who all there. I know you desperate enough. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you pick your crew. You already knocked off 3.
Yeah. Yes.
So three of the crew members have been knocked off. So that just leaves Baby Ray, Andre, and Mac. So that's another 3 that you just got off. I feel like Andre is gonna get caught up, because remember, Lamar, who is Frank's like right hand man, his big man, already went to go see the guy that Andre had brought the diamonds to sell. And he was like, man, this is hot. You just got this. Don't bring this back here. And so Andre is finna get got next, because he didn't wait long enough to sell his loot.
True.
So that just leaves Mac and Baby Ray.
It does leave Mac and Baby, but I think Mac may come out. I think Mac and Emerson.
I think he's gonna come out. I know Willie gonna die, because he's too reckless. I just don't see him making it out alive. But I think when Willie was like, I watch it, I was like, they gonna do something shady. Yep. They gonna do something shady, because that was Emerson's man.
Very true.
I said, ooh.
Do you think Vivian's gonna make it out? Because it ended with her going back to her house, which I'm like,
I don't think she gonna make it.
Really?
You know what? I don't know. I want her to make it, but I don't think so.
Me too.
Also, very interesting take that I realized.
Which is?
A lot of the women leads are not heavy names outside of Taraji and Chloe Bailey. Everybody else is like newer. They're not newer to the scene, but they're definitely not famous yet. To where that I would notice their name. Like I was looking at that and I was just like, interesting. I wonder why. Is it because they're not in all of the episodes, or is it? I want the people to talk to us, like the directors and the casting directors, because how did you get Dolores and how did you get Faye?
Yeah. Well, I think because Taraji's, you have your leads, like you have your stars, and I think these other two actresses and pretty much anybody who are not big stars, this is their moment.
Yeah.
And we're going to see them in other things.
Maxine, I noticed Maxine because I followed her. She did like a whole lot of skits on Instagram, like when Instagram had came out with like the big skits with like DC Young Fly and everybody was doing all of that. Her name is Teresa Celeste. She's really cool. I don't think that's her name on Instagram. I forgot what her name on Instagram was, but when I saw her, I was like, oh, this is really cool because I've been following her journey on Instagram since like 2017.
Oh wow,
she's been trying to work for a very long time. So I was like, oh wow, this is great to see her like this. So it was just really good to see like I wouldn't say that. I just thought it was interesting that all of the leading ladies weren't heavy names. Whereas you got like Sinqua, you have Melvin Gregg, you have Dexter Darden, Samuel L., even Baby Ray, Jalen Hall, who has made a name for himself. He's been in quite a few things. Like, he was in Teal. He was in he was in The New Genius with Martin and Malcolm X, All American.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
All American. He was also in what's that? It's a show on Disney Plus. And he's been nominated for different awards and stuff. This is not my first time seeing him, but the leading ladies. This is like
your first time. Yeah,
this is my first time for at least 3 of them.
For sure.
No, 4 because Lori Harvey, even though she was only in 2 episodes, this is my first time seeing her, and she has a heavy name, but not in the acting scene.
For sure. So to close this on out, also pour out a little liquor for Silky. That was
because I mean, what you brought this man to my front door. Everybody's got to die.
Yeah,
I think that he could have heard him
simple.
Out, but
So, what is your predictions for the next episode? My prediction is that it's gonna be you said it's 8 episodes total or 10.
If it's I saw 8.
So if it's 8, we're at episode 4, so we're at the halfway point.
Yep.
So I think episode 5 is gonna be flashback. I think we're gonna flash back to something that's gonna take up the majority of the episode, and then we're gonna get a little bit, like a little moment of like where's Chicken Man? What has he got? Hopefully, help Frank.
We get 8 episodes, and I could already see the synopsis of them, but I'm not gonna spoil it.
Please don't. So yeah, that's my prediction. That it'll be majority flashback with a little bit of detective work, either by Detective Hudson or Frank or Chicken Man. What's your prediction for episode 5?
My prediction is for episode 5. Just for episode 5. I predict that Chicken Man and his family is gonna be shot at. I do believe that, because why would you take them from a safe space?
Well, that house wasn't safe. The 2 men done showed up.
Okay, but you took them to the motel. That's 2 public spaces that you've been seen in. I predict that they're gonna get shot at. I predict that I don't know who's gonna die. But if we left off in episode 4 with Taraji in her house, was there a knock?
Yeah,
there was a knock.
I know you went there.
Yeah, let me in. There was a knock. She definitely got followed back to her home. They're going to find Andre because that man is going to tip Andre off, and that's going to lead them right to his front door. And they're going to know that he was one of the robbers.
Any Black famous that you want to
cameos? Black famous. Yeah.
Black famous.
Let's do Melvin Gregg.
But remind our viewers or and listeners what Black famous is.
Okay, so this is a little game that we like to play. It's called Are They Black Famous or Are They Famous? Black famous is when someone is very famous, heavy name, in the African American space, or have they crossed over and transcended to being very famous, where they are an A-list celebrity and outside of the African American culture? So this is Melvin Gregg. Melvin Gregg has been in quite a few things. My favorite thing that he's been in is The Blackening. We Can All Die First.
Yeah.
He's definitely in there. He was in an...
Yes, that's where I've seen him before. Yes.
He was in Snowfall. He appeared in 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu. So he be getting a Hulu bag. He was in The United States vs. Billie Holiday.
Oh, I watched that.
Me too. His acting credits start in 2011. Yeah, I am going to say that Melvin... I'll go say he's Black famous.
I'm not gonna say that.
You're not gonna say he's Black famous?
No, not at all. I'm gonna say he's getting there.
Okay. I'm gonna say he's Black famous, but I'll take he's getting there because I can understand. But everybody has watched Snowfall,
except for me.
Okay. Well, I don't feel bad. Yay!
But I saw The Blackening twice. It was amazing.
The Blackening, absolutely amazing. I heard there was talks about a second movie. Absolutely would love.
Yeah, there's room to it. There's room to make that happen.
Definitely room.
For sure. He was in House Party. They redid House Party 2023. Yeah, it's on HBO. LeBron James is the executive producer.
LeBron James.
It was cute. It was a good time. It's a good time. That's what I'll say about that. So I'm gonna say he needs maybe 3 more projects, 3 more big projects. So if he does Blackening 2, this is 1. If he stays throughout the end of this episode, end of this limited series, this will be 1. Blackening 2, the blacker the better, and then 1 more. I would give you Black famous, absolutely.
I'm gonna do one of the leading ladies. So let's do Dolores Hudson. So Dolores Hudson's real name is Marsha Stephanie Blake. She's been in quite a few things. Her acting credits go back until 2002. She's appeared in Law and Order. She was an extra in Django Unchained. She's appeared in Chicago PD. She was in 8 episodes of Orange is the New Black. She was in an episode of The Good Wife, which I am currently watching right now. She was in a couple episodes of The Blacklist. She was in 4 episodes in When They See Us. Well, she's not famous or Black famous as of yet, but she's paying her dues to society.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
What you rating the episode? Episode 3.
Episode 3, 10. Episode 4, I'm gonna say
what?
No, okay, not a 7. Like an 8.
8. Okay, I'll take an 8. I thought you were finna say 7. I said, wait a minute.
Well, nothing new happened. We are still recovering.
We are still recovering, yeah.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
So, episode 3 was just all hands on deck. So this one, like I said, is the recovery period. So still great show, great episode, great quality. And I think it's that aftermath and setting up for episode 5. Like now that the big thing has happened, what's the fall going to look like? So if it's a pyramid, episode 3 was the top. So now we got to figure out how this is all going to end. Who's going to be alive by episode 10? So what's your rating?
For episode 3, I'm gonna give it a 10 as well. Loved it. Love. For episode 4, I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay.
I thought the writing was great. The cinematography was amazing. And we got left on a cliffhanger with Taraji.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was good.
Didn't we get the argument in episode 4 too? We got the argument between Frank and
Yeah, we did.
That was a good episode.
It was a good episode. It was a good episode. I did I say I said 8, right?
You said 8. You came up. You started with 7.
Yeah, I was wrong. And do 8 for me. You say 9, so we're 8.5, and then 10 for episode 3.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell your friend. We'll be back to talk about episode 5 because new episodes drop Thursday. This is going to drop Thursday before the show, and then we'll talk about episode 5 the next time you hear from us. Bye.
Bye.
Here's the scenario. Your husband is a hustler. Your husband is a hustler. You know that. He got himself in trouble. Men come to the house with guns. Are you taking the kids with you so he can figure this out? A. B. Are you you said for better or for worse, so you gonna stick beside him? Okay. That's option B. Or are you coming up with option 3?